Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Roundtable Reacts. My name is Matt, aka Sir Knight, and I'm going to do my first tier list on the channel. This will be Star Wars characters. I think it's around 50 or so. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't done any of these before, but they always look fun when I seen people do them. I'm always keep a score in my head, like, well, where would I do? What do I think? And kind of, apples and oranges sort of thing. So yeah, I think it should be fun. Let's get into it. Okay, so right off the rip, we have Ahsoka Tano. She is officially live action now. Got her own show coming up. Let's just start off the gate. Put her in S tier. From where she started to where she is, it's been a wonderful, wonderful arc, which is still gonna go forward. So excited to see what they do with her show. Um, Between Ashley and Rosario, I just think it's as good as you can get translating animation into live action. So love Ahsoka. Okay, now we have Holdo, I believe. Okay, so she went out like a boss. I didn't like her management style. Very poor communication. So with that being said, love the actress. She's in some great, Jurassic Park, couple episodes of West Wing that I really liked. But yeah, I'll put her down there to start. This could change, by the way, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, Anakin. Clone Wars alone gives him a B, but he done messed up, Aaron, hard. Um, but he did come back. He did come back and redeem himself. All right. Next up we have Asajj Ventress, I believe. I enjoyed her stories in Clone Wars. I know there's a book that apparently is pretty good that I haven't read. I don't remember the title of it, so um, yeah, help me out with that. What's that book that she's in? I should read that. Let me know down below. Okay, so where to put her? Where to put her? Yeah, we'll start off. We'll start off with the B column. I think the episode that stands out to me is when after Dooku betrays her, and she's kind of trying to find her way on the train, the getaway train heist movie. All right, Grogu, Baby Yoda, man, he's just so cute. He's done a lot, but he hasn't done. You know, he is where he is because he's with Mando or Luke. And we don't know a lot about his backstory other than he survived the purge and was hidden away. I really want to know by who. So let me know who you think. If you have any theories out there, if there are any good videos of explaining, logically who it could have been. All right, BB-8, solid B, solid B because his name's BB-8. I mean, come on. No, he's very practical, very useful. I like his personality, and he's just cute. Boba, Boba, where to put you, Boba? Okay, in a fight, I want Boba there, right? Absolutely. His ship is awesome. His jetpack is rocket. His knee rockets. Um, I've thoroughly enjoyed him deciding to go into business for himself, right? And to saw an opportunity with Jabba's palace and the underworld there on Tatooine, and he took it. Go into business for himself. Changed, reformed man. Everything he said about why he wanted to do it makes sense to me. I bought it. He's a little older, a little wiser, a little more patient, but still very, 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 very capable, as we have seen. Um, so, yeah, solid B. I feel like The flashbacks were good with the Tusken Raider tribe. You know, if they'd gotten a little more original with this, with the backstory, and what were their options, right? He was stuck on Tatooine after being, fighting his way out of the Sarlacc pit. There's only a few routes they could go, but the whole Dances with Wolves thing, storylines, I've seen it before. So really, I like him, stand-up guy. I love the dynamic between him and Mando. Um, their bro code. So I want to put him higher, but there just wasn't enough there to justify it. Okay, 3PO. Man, he's tough. Because up until the Skywalker rises, the rise of Skywalker, I'd have put him right here. But he faced basically droid death with his memory wipe willingly for the team, uh, with no guarantee of getting it back. And that scene, where he's taking one last look at his friends. I mean, that's the first time he got me in the feels. And he was funny in Jedi, uh, with the Ewoks. Okay, so solid B for 3PO, but he's not as interesting as everybody else in front of him. Cad Bane, I don't care. Fantastic antagonist. Uh, I mean, the guy takes on Jedi, and not just any Jedi, our Jedi, right? Like Obi-Wan, Anakin, so on and so forth. And he's lived, you know, in his line of work to reach his age. He's How can you say he's not the best bounty hunter in the galaxy? Yeah, I don't think you can. Um, yeah, I enjoyed every story he was in. I took him as a serious threat, and he's cool character design. So, all right, Rex, Captain Rex, Commander Rex. Hmm, that it may change. So okay, the thing is with the Clone Wars and D. Bradley Baker playing all the voices. If it were, voiceover work or actors in Star Wars, he'd be S tier because they all sound similar, but they're unique, and you can tell. The visualization helps watching the shows. So, but focusing on the character, on Rex himself, I mean, there's some story arcs in there that were just fantastic for him. They gave him some good material, and I can't help but think of the scene at the end of Clone Wars. He's talking about my brothers will kill you and me because he knew, and it broke his heart. And Ahsoka takes off his helmet, and he's got the one tear. Unbelievable, so good. So yeah, but yeah, Rex fought Order 66 for as long and hard as he could. So happy that Ahsoka went Super Saiyan Jedi Master mode, like got in her avatar state and popped off and saved him. Just wish she had more time and resources. She could have done more for the other guys like Jesse and them. But that was a tough hill to climb. So Rex goes in the A tier. Uh, Honestly, you're as cute as you are, baby Yoda Grogu. You know, maybe season 20 of The Mandalorian. I'll rank you higher, but Rex is the man. Cassian Andor, so excited for his show. Um, that's gonna be the next one I react to. So let's see. I should make this smaller, right, guys? Yeah, you know where you are. I'll leave it up there. Okay. Okay, Cassian Andor. Cassian. Okay, Rogue One is my favorite feature film story adaptation for Star Wars to date. I just did not the shift in tone and the gravitas of what they were going up against. I felt everything right, and I think the characters and the actors and actresses had the freedom and direction to be vulnerable and give you that. And they had their moments where they realized, it's now or never. Like, we got to go. And he was a big part of that. After Andor, this will be higher. I found him very, very interesting. That's why I'm so excited about his show. Um, yeah, I'm gonna start there, see where he lands. Okay, Chewbacca, Chewie. Okay. Ah, man, I'm gonna get heat for this, but he goes there for me for right now. Let me think about it some more. Okay, original trilogy, he's here, right? Um, he actually got more material in the sequels. With that, yeah. Okay, or original and sequel. Chewbacca goes there. Fantastic pilot, loyal, capable, strong. The muscle in the gang. Um, yeah, I just don't. There was never an isolated story to really give him a chance to shine, right? Um, but yeah, I mean he's OG Star Wars, so gotta give him a B. A C is kind of insulting now that I think about it. Okay, I do apologize. I don't remember this guy's name. He's Donnie Yen, the actor, and he was awesome. However, just because he's in Rogue One, I can't go any higher than C. As awesome as he was, I will put him. I will put him above her, just based on their communication skills alone. Okay, Dooku. All right, so Dooku, and I just the Clone Wars helped a little bit, but I feel like they were, and probably could be really wrong about this, but how do we get Christopher Lee in Star Wars? That's what it felt like, to be straight up. Just, I love it when, this is nobody's fault. Certainly not his fault, but I love it when the actors can do some of their stunt work. Um, and he's a trained swordsman, classically trained. Like, the guy knew what to do, and I loved his input on his lightsaber design and dueling style, and why Dooku was so good. I just didn't. He just popped up. I don't know, for me. Like, it was like, oh, Maul's gone. Here's the next one. When you spend time with an adversary to really, excuse me, to really understand their motivation, I think it makes all the difference in the world. So I'm not gonna say this is Christopher Lee's fault. I'm gonna say this is the writing and the character development just wasn't there for me. Maul. Okay. Uh, Solely because of Clone Wars and Rebels and Sam Witwer's work and tie in, Ray Park's choreography. He's gonna go A tier for me. I, uh, yeah, I'm sorry, Rexy boy, but Maul's just the fact that he's an adversary, certainly helps give him screen time, but um, so well done. Like, for everything they did in Clone Wars for Maul, they did not do for Dooku. Perfect left hand, right hand, just they are not the same. Who would have known, right? After Phantom Menace, we'd be saying stuff like that. Um, and it's not his fault that he got brought back from being unalived. So, all right, Vader, S tier. I mean, come on, the man sold more T-shirts than Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm pretty sure, anyway. I could be wrong about that, but I think given the length of time he's been around as an icon, and how popular he is, I just Vader's got to go S tier. One of the most silhouette, instant recognizable character designs of all time, and yeah, 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 and I think to wrap up on Vader, the I know there's some good books and comics out there that I haven't gotten into. Um, about him. I've seen some videos that have kind of brought those things to light for me, but I'm really glad we got to see what we saw in the hallway scene in Rogue One, and honestly the fights that they did in Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan could have been 3 episodes. It honestly could have been an hour and a half movie, in my opinion, um, and been way more effective and moving and compelling than the 6 episodes it got. It was kind of like make up your mind. Either you're going to do a series, which should be minimum 8 episodes, ideally 10, 10 to 12. But six is like do some editing and look at your story and trim the fat and make it a movie. I'll sit through a 3-hour movie. Lord of the Rings, all of them. Avengers, Endgame, Infinity War, you name it. 3 hours of a well-paced movie, not a problem. And then you sit through some movies that are an hour and a half, and you come out and you're tired because they're just sometimes they're just awful. Um, so yeah, the fact that we know what Anakin could do, and yes, he's machine and he's older. Okay, but once you acclimate to your machinery doesn't get tired, right? Like, not that I've ever seen this before, but theoretically, at least a human Jedi, they could have a Charlie horse or cramp up. I've never seen any of them stretch. So, but with that being said, yeah, it just I was glad we got to see him move around and kick butt the way he did, because it's what we always believed he could do, and he's so feared. Why is that? And yeah. Okay, Krennic. Fine. I'm not going to spend too much time on him. This actor, outside of like one movie I've seen, it was Miss Captain Marvel, is just your traditional bad guy. He's just built for it, got the voice for it. So good for him. All right. The Emperor. The Emperor is a more effective Sauron. There, I said it. S tier. He's a problem. Think of how patient this man was. I mean, for real. I mean, he was plotting and moving and doing things for years before Phantom Menace. That's kind of when he was really doing his dark side training and stuff, and then he gets into a position and politics his way into a position to where now I can sneak away and do my dark stuff, and no one's gonna find out or care or ask me or step up. So yeah, and had it not been for the Ewoks, I'm gonna say it out loud, his plan in Jedi would have worked. Outside of Luke deciding not to turn, but Luke would have died, or well, maybe not. Okay, maybe not died, but he was gonna kill him. But Vader turned. So what I mean is Han and the team, the Strike Force down there, Chewie and Leia and the droids and Captain Rex, which I believe is confirmed now that he was there. They don't bring the shield down. Wedge and Uh, Lando, they don't destroy the Death Star. The second one, and yeah, well, then we start to have some real problems in the galaxy. So he's a bad mamma jamma. Not, I'm not going to give him the Vader tier just because you only I've only seen a few merchandising items for him, but anyway, okay, Ezra. We're gonna move on to Ezra. Ezra, really annoying to start. To me, way more, even more so than Ahsoka was, but he worked his way up there. I'm gonna put him solid B. Solid B. Actually, it's in a recent kind of rewatch. No, I haven't rewatched Rebels entirely in a little bit, but I picked and chose a few episodes that I liked that I wanted to kind of refresh a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago. Ezra's pretty powerful. I mean, say what you will about his time with Maul and the choices and the motivation, but that did enhance his abilities, right? And I know that if you cut yourself off or go out of practice for a while, your force wielding, can diminish, right? But I feel like if even if you tip your toe in the dark side or start to lean that direction like Ezra did there for a few episodes, um, I think I noticed a significant bump in what he could do and how he did it. And I think there was a line where he's like, when did Kanan teach you that? And he's like, he didn't. It was just a great line, good delivery. So I never saw him regress backwards from that. So it could be one of those things where he just maybe broadened his bandwidth. I don't know, but so Ezra's gonna go in the B column. His plans were pretty creative. Um, Kind of a little too hot-headed. I mean, we got to be seeing him coming back in the show eventually. I mean, he's not dead. We did not see him die, and we already know Thrawn's confirmed. So there is no reason in this galaxy why Ezra Bridger is not alive. So there's room for him to grow. I hope they cast him age appropriate, and we get to see him. Even more because I think there's a lot of opportunity there. All right, this is not your fault, John Boyega. There was outside of growing a conscience, nothing I attached to Finn about. Good guy, well-rounded, jack of all trades. There's that fight. There's that fight, and I want to say it's the Last Jedi with the Chrome Dome stormtrooper. Just so uninterested. I just did not care for that at all. Because if I remember correctly, it was kind of intercut between what was going on upstairs, and that was so much cooler and more meaningful and mattered. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think if what the theories are that he is force sensitive, I think he skyrockets up this list with you know more storytelling. Grievous, I utterly indifferent. Cool character design. Husk, funny, but that was about it. Thrawn, that's a personal bias, mainly due to the Heir to the Empire book series, and but I have read the Tim Zahn book since then, and again, what a fantastic villain antagonist, and I connect with him a lot because what I find interesting about Thrawn is he does not follow the Empire or serve the Empire out of a I want to dominate things. He believes in efficiency, right? And they are the vehicle in which to achieve his ambitions, right? Whatever his mission is that's behind closed doors with the Chiss ascendancy. Um, but also, believes in order and safety and all that jazz that the Empire propaganda spits out. Um, Being in the military, he's not against having some freedoms taken away from you. I mean, he's grew up in it, in one culture or another. So when he sees things that people are resisting and protesting against, by the Empire, it might not click with him. We really don't know that, but cool character design, fantastically written. His music, his theme with the organ, just gives me that Davy Jones feel. I mean, both admirals, just so cool, so cool. Uh, Honestly, I won't get into how I kind of backtracked and fell into watching Clone Wars right now, but my sister sent me a trailer of season 3 for Rebels. She goes, I don't know if you heard of this show, but I thought you might enjoy this trailer, because she knew how I felt about Thrawn, and she was right. I was like, I'm watching that show, and I'm not gonna just skip. I'm gonna start at the beginning. Like, yeah, it's pretty good, and then we got to them, and if they can transition Mickelson, not Mads, his brother. Ah, it's eluding me right now. But if they can transition him from being the voice actor to the live action, I'm okay with that, because the voice is so on the money. Perfect. I mean, Filoni said he struggled to find that voice, like, a long, long time. And the I saw a little video or interview where he talked about the process of how he found him, and he had seen him in Sherlock Holmes, and I remember that episode as well, standing out. And so yeah, just, if they can, please, please, please. If they don't, I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not a hater. I'm not one of these toxic people. Like, I'm not a prequel hater. I'm not a sequel hater. I want to see good stories, and have a chance to forget about life for a while, and you know watch the space opera unfold in front of me, right? So, with that being said, yeah, if I could get my wish, this is a fan casting. I would get behind for sure. Okay, um, Tarkin, bro, you blew up a planet, and in the books I've read, you are just awful, which makes you elicit a reaction from me. There you go. Excellent antagonist. All right, Han. I mean, he's OG. You know what? It's not even debatable, and I'll say this: you've got the end of A New Hope, where he comes in, saves the day. Han saves the day. I don't care who you are. Then you've got, okay, I love you, I know, and then the stuff that in the sequels that really resonated was a lot of it for me was what he was in. Oh, also, when the door opens up in Empire and Vader's there, what does this guy do? Shoots him. just no hesitation. Um, if we did like a bracket of quick draws and gunslingers, I wonder where he would actually rank. But the fact is, he's got the balls, man. He just happened to be shooting, Lord Vader. So, yeah, that always stood out to me. Just he, He'd seen him before, knew what to do, and did it. Didn't work, but he did it. So, all right. Hera Syndulla? Yeah, General Syndulla. Hera's great. Hera is an A in my book. Um, a, a true leader. Leadership is oftentimes mistaken for management, right? Um, she's not a manager. She's a leader. That's why becomes a general, and I'm so excited. We're gonna see more of her. Just because one of those things, watching Rebels, it was kind of like, yeah, we're gonna give it this Firefly feel, this crew on a ship, and I loved it for that reason. Um, but she was kind of the center, right? The calm in the storm, and had to put up with everything around her and all the drama. So I'd like to see, if Ahsoka and Sabine are driving the story and she's involved in that show, or weaves in and out of the various shows coming out. I'd like to, see more of her in action, in a sense of, um, she doesn't have to stick to the plan to accomplish the mission, right? She's going to be a part of it rather than be responsible for it. So, and I could be wrong. They could go a different direction with her, but um, that'd what I'm looking forward to just learn more about her. Not that we didn't get enough. If there was never any more Hera, I'd be satisfied. I don't feel like there was anything left on the table per se. Um, from an ensemble standpoint, just she had some family story arcs that were really good, and then some scenes and some movements with Kanan that were heart wrenchingly beautiful. So she can she can evoke the feels, and I'd love for the actress. I don't know who it is, so if it's someone I should, then I apologize. Let me know. But whoever gets the opportunity to play her, uh, hopefully they get some more of that, more of the same. You don't have to change anything, just more of the same. Um, but yeah, okay. Moving on, Handu. Yeah, um, he was kind of a thorn in our sides when we met him, right? And then by the end they give him the old heel turn. Um, funny, well done. What's his name? Jim something. Winnie the Pooh. Oh, it's not Jim Henson. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. But anyway, well done. Very iconic. Cool looking character. You know, uh, I can't put him up there in the B column. I'm kind of thinking Ventress shouldn't be there either. Although she is cooler than Krennic. I'll revisit that. Okay, Jabba. Jabba is ho 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 ho. Oh yeah, yeah. You're going right there, buddy. Django. Next up, we have Django. Okay, honorary, honorary. Oh gosh, yeah. I just don't. You're the father to the clones, man. Boba's father. That is all I can say. All right, Jen Urso. Right now, she's going S tier for me, man. Um, and here's why. She's a survivor, and then she became a believer, right? She reiterated the line, repeated the line. Rebellions are built on hope, and when she said it, I wanted to get out of my chair and go fight right then and there. And I have no idea what I'd be capable of or good at doing, but I'd want to contribute and follow her for sure. And and that team, Rogue One, they put it all out there and paid the price, the ultimate price. So, not just the fact that she didn't make it out of the movie. um, it doesn't hurt though, but I just that's an effective storytelling arc, especially for a movie. We could have got 3 seasons of Jen Erso, and I'd have cared just as much. Maybe, probably more, to be honest. Slow burns in television are always just more effective if they're done right. But for for a movie that, an hour to 2 hours or however long Rogue One was, um, wonderfully done. A to Z. I was with her the whole way. So yeah, brave, strong woman, and very attractive. Okay, K2SO, funny. Again, very capable, cool character. Um, yeah, I can't. I am gonna put him just because of what he could do versus the others, combat wise. Because I mean, how many times have there been 50,000 blaster bolts going off, and you see 3PO shuffling through and not get hit? Mind you, they're not aiming at him, but this guy had to take some shots. So, and he was funny. Alan Tudyk is hilarious. So, um, I know it was written that way, but so if I edit during this, it's because I have yawned. Why, when I'm doing this, I yawn. I wish I knew why. Um, but yeah, it happens. So that's what's up. Okay, Kanan. Right next. Yep, right there. That's a great spot for Kanan. I mean, if you go out like Jen, Kanan, K2SO, when you do that self-sacrifice play, I mean, it's just it it's an ace in your hand. I mean, it certainly helps. But what I'll say is, what I enjoyed the most was he kind of begrudgingly, roll your eyes, took on Ezra, and then developed into, uh, you know, I think he had attachment for him. How could you not? You know, that's one thing I always scratch my head out about the Jedi is just you can't spend that much time with somebody and not have something. It, you might as well be robots otherwise. Kylo Ren, Ben Skywalker. All right. Um, yeah, I feel like that's appropriate. Putting him in B. Adam Driver was fantastic and did everything he could. Every ounce of juice that he could have squeezed out of that role, he did. My least favorite parts were when he was in the mask. Get the mask off of that guy. That's where the talent is. That's your moneymaker. Um, so solid B. I actually am not thrilled with him dying. Um, I guess to bring Ray back from as far as she was, I'm I guess I should be okay with it. It just sucks. His lightsaber was cool. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stick with solid B just because you know different dynamics, but same mirror replica of Vader. All right, Lando. Lando's interesting. Lando. Lando is going to go. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in front of Anakin. Um, and this is one of those things where I really, actually, now that I think about Clone Wars, I really can't. Okay. I'm looking at the list now. Okay. So Billy D, fantastic. Donald Glover in Solo, fantastic. Um, Interesting character. I'm glad we got to see what we saw in Solo. It helped me, encapsulate more of Lando as a character. It's kind of like the new guy in the group, right? I need more time with them. And literally, it's been years and years and decades since the movies, and kind of folding him into the sequels helped kind of establish his OG status. But to me, he was still like, you've got your salt and your pepper, and then he's cumin, right? Like, he's just, where do you fit? Um, but yeah, not nothing. Um, Certainly had to do some things and make tough decisions, but found his belief system and became who he, a man of principle. So I respect that. All right, Luke. I mean, come on. Is there any other place for him? Absolutely not. All right, Mace. Okay, Mace Windu, right there. That's just how I feel about Mace. The purple lightsaber is probably the my favorite thing about him. Okay, so how do I feel about Mace? I'm just really indifferent. Honestly, there's things I like, things I don't, but at the end of the day, you could tell any story. I'd watch it. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't love it. That's where he'll always fall for me. All right, Mando. All right, this is. Ooh, this is. Oh, so I'm up here. I'm trying to figure out where you go. Oh man, Mando. That's just me personally. The Mandalorian, Mando, Din Djarin got my love and passion for Star Wars reignited. And it's his code, right? Which he's still figuring out, but it's his sense of honor. Like that scene in the Book of Boba. He's like, "You really believe in all that shit?" I really do. He's like, "Good," because I need you right now. That bro code thing. So, really good at what he does. Really cool character design. Fantastic voiceover work. Um, yeah, just they put their time and thought into this one. And it's a testament to where they were and how far they've come because Django had a lot of scenes with his helmet off, right? And but they can evoke emotion. He's got his Mando has his mask on, which they make a deliberate point to do. Mando's S tier for me for sure, for sure. Okay, I'm sorry, Palps, but you are legendary, but Han's cooler. Han shot first. Okay, this lady, I do not remember her name. She's gonna honestly be right there. Could have been anybody. Could have been any alien. Did what she did. Uh, I don't know what else to say. All right, Obi-Wan. Yep, that is right on the money for me. Because these two are dancing. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, Padme. It wasn't Padme's fault, but she's gonna go right next to her husband. Okay, Poe. Poe was cool. Poe and Cassian, man. Legends. Legends. All right. Leia. I mean, that is a tribute to her and the work that they did end up getting done and what they would have done had Carrie Fisher been around to finish her work in the role and the character. But uh, what Leia did in the sequels, she was savvy enough to know that it ain't over. Should have been, but it wasn't. So um, her sensibilities, her leadership, you know, um, just came into clutch into beating the final order. So yeah, Leia's OG, legendary legend. Qui Gon. Okay, not we didn't get enough time with you, Qui Gon. So, but I think as far as Jedi go, you had it right. So I'm gonna put you low end A. Um, just because he was offered a seat on the council, saw what the council was and had become, and spoke his mind, spoke his piece, and went about his way. Trained Obi-Wan, you know. What would have been if he could have trained Anakin the whole time. So, all right, R2. R2 for not having the ability to speak lines. You are going right here. Solid A. He's seen it all. He has seen it all. So how could you not? Plus, I mean, I think I think you've got Vader and R2 to me are the most popular. Like, I'm gonna buy something that's a character logo that's not, I think it's those two. That's the most I see anyway. All right, Ray. Ray, where's your counterpart? There you go. I'm gonna do this. Yep. I don't like that she was a Palpatine. I just don't. um, I'm going to accept it. It's kind of what does Lando say? Is I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but I will accept it. Something like that. Her struggles and growth all made sense to me. It was so much more interesting to me to not know who her parents were. That's really what it is. We needed to never find out, and maybe she did or could have found out and not told us, so she could have achieved, like a sense of a balance in her life, maybe. And then it's like, oh, I'm a Palpatine, I'm gonna be evil, and no, you're not. You're not. I feel like okay, because I struggle with this in my own life. We are not products of our parents. I mean, physically we are, but they're who they were does not directly correlate with who we are. Now, a good parent can mold and craft and build up and lay a foundation and influence their offspring, but you're going to go out there on your own and develop your own ideas and change, right? Multiple times in your lifetime. So, just the fact that okay, your absentee grandfather was the most evil man of all time does not mean you're going to fall down that pit. You can make a choice not to. It's potentially there, but did you feel evil for the first 20 some odd years of your life? Did you have night or daydream about taking over the galaxy and you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't didn't add up. So really, the whole Palpatine thing just brought it down for me. The dyad in the Force thing, that was cool. I'd never heard of that before. Bought every single second of it. Um, and I loved her delivery in line that she wanted to take Ben's hand. Oh, that was so well done. So solid B. Um, just yeah, just could have easily gotten here, easily gotten here for me, and probably should be up here if you'd have just spent 2 more months ironing it out, or however long writing takes. Writing's hard. I understand that. So okay, Rose could have been anybody. Not her fault. Sabine. Sabine is Sabine. Oh man, she's gonna get the highest ranking out of Rebels. Yeah, the material she got in Rebels, and there's more to come. But her family story arc, her Imperial Academy days, the Dark Saber, those three arcs alone, and let alone her prowess in battle, her artistic flair, just really really connected with her. Really really powerful stuff. Very strong, cool. Um, I love the hair changing. Like her personality is that she's got that I'm never gonna stop learning kind of mentality. I'm always working on myself, and her art reflects that. And Sabine was really cool. So excited to see more of her. Oh, Savage, just awful. Um, it's kind of like, okay, like you're playing a video game and you're going up against the non-elites, like the non-bosses. He could mow those people down, with a twist of his pinky, but uh, yeah, anybody that had an ounce of resistance, he struggled with, and that really was not his fault either. But didn't care for him. Okay, Snoke, kind of the same deal. I'm put you down here. You served a purpose, and Andy Serkis was you. Performed, it was fine. Um, just didn't care. It was kind of like, it's got to be somebody. Let's make it this guy. Okay, so this is an hour long. So I didn't realize this was gonna take this long. So Yoda, where do you fit? Yep, I'll put him right there. Loved absolutely to this day. All my favorite Yoda stuff is his introduction in Empire. Making fun of Luke, just getting into his stuff, just endears you to your heart right away. And then we get to see more. But you're not infallible. Yoda was not, uh, uh, you know, certainly not perfect. He came around. He came around, figured it out. Wise enough to understand I may have been wrong about this. Um, and then he got kind of old and crotchety there for a little bit, and then he became a force ghost and got to, once his arthritis went away, he was back to his old mischievous self. I do hope they don't have to do it note for note, but I hope that if Grogu ever gets to speak, he's got a little bit of that mischievousness in him, especially if he's going to go through like his teenage years. I don't want to see I don't want to see like an angsty Groot. I just want to see like that kid who just can't help but get in trouble, regardless of how hard he tries. But anyway, that being said, Yoda has some of the best wisdom and advice. You know, do or do not. There is no try. Uh, you know, what is it? It's gonna come to me. Anger, anger leads to hate. Hate, no. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Yeah. So, um, yeah, just those with tidbits of wisdom, those kind of what I call fortune cookie wisdom, but it excuse me, but it's all valid and legit. Um, and his ability with the force and his the generosity. I think of how many people, how many Jedi's lives he touched. You know, as bad as it was, Order 66 had to have been the worst for him, and he didn't die. He still had more to learn. So he had to live with that for what 20, 30 more years. I mean, that's rough. I'm gonna take a quick glance over at this, see if I know I changed it a little bit here and there. Okay, so I'm gonna fix that because mainly because he's kind of the glue of that crew. He believed, he not only did he change, he acted, and yeah, I think that was an injustice to him. So my apologies, John Boyega, Finn. Okay, you know what it is. You know what it is about Finn is this teasing of we don't know if he's in or not in love with Ray. I think you can. I think he loved her like a dear friend, but was there more? And they teased it the whole time, right? And it annoyed the shit out of me. So I don't need a soap opera. I don't need love triangles. I don't need all that necessarily. I just it bugs me that I don't know because it looks like it. And as a man that if I'm ever interested in somebody, they know. It's not a secret. It doesn't take long for them to figure it out. They probably know before I do, but when I figure it out, I'm going to say something. So obviously, with the war going on, where's the right time? Is there ever a right time? Yeah, there's a war going on. You know, screw it. Let's do it. Get it out. Don't die with it. All right, y'all. So there is my list, um, and my rationale. I had a lot of fun. I did not think I'd kill almost an hour and 12 minutes. So with that being said, thanks for checking it out. Let me know if you adamantly agree or disagree with any of my choices. And here's the deal: you can do that. Tell me why. That's what matters. We're this is fun, and it's supposed to be fun. So there should be no toxicity from anybody at any point about any of this because it's all ridiculous. So if you can't have fun with it and create a little dialogue about why you would do something differently or why that makes a difference to you, that's invited, right? But anything other than that, just you know, I may see it, but I will not care. So, with that being said, until we are assembled again, farewell, my friends. Thank you.